Hi, welcome back to another video. This is Sharonda Lynette, and today we are going to be doing a book haul. So I have about 5 physical books, and then I have 17 ebooks on my Kindle that I downloaded during Stuff Your Kindle Day. So I'm going to go through a haul of the physical books first, and then I'm going to talk about what I got as far as horror books on Stuff Your Kindle Day. Okay, so the first book that I have I talked about during last video is Supermarket by Bobby Hall, aka Logic. So I'll read the synopsis for it. It says, Flynn is stuck, depressed, recently dumped, and living in his mom's house. The supermarket was supposed to change all that. An ordinary job and a steady check. Work isn't work when it's saving you from yourself. But things aren't quite as they seem in these aisles. Arriving to work one day to a crime scene, Flynn's world collapses as the secrets of his tortured mind are revealed, and Flynn doesn't want to go looking for answers at the supermarket, because something there seems to be looking for him. A darkly funny psychological thriller, Supermarket is a gripping exploration into madness and creativity. Who knew you could find sex, drugs, and murder all in aisle 9? So the synopsis is what drew me to this particular book, and I'm really excited to get started with reading it, which the next video should be a reading vlog for some of my newer books. Next, I have 4 graphic novels, which I went to Ollie's yesterday. I had no idea that Ollie's had 15% of their store was just books. A lot of books for elementary schoolers, some books for studying for tinier kids. Then they have a lot of middle grade books, and they have an entire section for graphic novels. So this is what I got. The first 2 are from the same series. This is Red Hood and the Outlaws. This is volume 1. Basically, it centers around Starfire, who is my favorite. I think this is Arsenal, I'm not sure, and of course, the Red Hood, Jason Todd. So it's just about these 3, I guess, trying to make a comeback into people's good graces. I'm not exactly sure because I'm not familiar with this series. And then I have book 4, because they didn't have 2 or 3 at Ollie, so I have to find those online. And then next I have a different series. I have Batman Eternal, which I love a good Batman graphic novel, especially when you can see, I don't know if you can see, but there are all the Robins, and I did a quick little, and a lot of the Bat family is in these. So I have volume 1, and then I have volume 2 as well, and if I like them, then I'll see what other volumes are available. If I don't like them, then I'll just give them to my students, because they also really like graphic novels, so it won't go to waste. Okay, and so next I have 17 ebooks that I got on Stuff Your Kindle Day. This is a long one. I'm going to say the name, pop a picture up here somewhere, pop a picture up here somewhere, and then I will give a brief synopsis about that particular book. So, book number 1, and forgive me for looking down, I'm looking at my phone because I have all the synopses written down on my phone. So, book 1, I have Run for Your Life by C.M. Sutter. And the synopsis for this says, with the weekend right around the corner, homicide detective Mitch Cannon is looking forward to Saturday night. It isn't often he has a date, and this one will be particularly interesting. His new friend Liza is beautiful, edgy, outspoken, and somewhat odd. But Mitch's usual Friday morning phone call to his mom sets the wheels in motion for 5 days of pure hell. Mitch's sister Mary has gone missing without a trace. His date is cancelled, and Mitch's partner Devon and Lisa also go missing the following night. The only clue is a call Mitch gets from someone whose number is blocked. The anonymous speaker saying, "Tick-tock, tick-tock." Mitch and the entire Habersham precinct set out on a white-knuckle search to find a sister, partner, and new friend before time runs out and all three are gone forever. That just a synopsis, that set the wheels going. And I was like, yep, I have to pick that one. That is for me. So I can't wait to get started with that. Next, I think this next one is only 18 pages long, so that will definitely get read in the next video. So book 2 is Plop by Samuel Small, and the synopsis is only a sentence long. It said, "Every hour, she takes a step." That is like a one-sentence horror story that set my body a-tingling, the hairs on the back of my neck. It's like, yep, add to cart. Book 3 is 99 Red Balloons by Elizabeth Carpenter. It says, 2 girls go missing decades apart. What would you do if one was your daughter? 8-year-old Grace is last seen in a sweatshop. Her mom Emma is living a nightmare. But as her loved ones rally around her, cracks begin to emerge. What are the emails sent between her husband and her sister? Why does her mother take so long to join the search? And is there more to the disappearance of her daughter than meets the eye? Meanwhile, aging widow Maggie Sharples sees a familiar face in the newspaper, a face that jolts her from the pain of her existence into a spiraling obsession with another girl, the first girl who disappeared. This is a gripping psychological thriller with a killer twist that will take your breath away. And I don't know, I picked it because of the title. It gave me It vibes with the red balloon, so I want to see what's going to happen, if it's going to be a good book, if I'm going to get the twist. So yeah. Our 4th book is Scary Tales for Dark Nights, which I think this is a series, and this is many different stories in one. So it says, a dozen tales to chill your bones, scary tales for dark nights will make you wish you had turned on the lights. Pull the cover close, no hanging a foot over the edge now, and keep one eye on the closet door. What's that sound? Oh, it's just the wind, you tell yourself. Steady your trembling hands, calm your pounding heart. Are you ready? Then let's start. Jessica hears scratching and growling at her new house, and it's not some harmless animal trying to get out of the basement. An urban explorer visits the site of mass murder at an old cult commune to make videos that he hopes will go viral, but he finds something far worse than an abandoned mansion covered in spiderwebs and debris. A trail runner goes into the forest to train for an upcoming race, but soon realizes she's become the prey of a creature she never knew existed. So I guess those are 3 of the different tales, and I'm hooked. I really love short horror stories, and so I can't wait to see what's going to happen, if I'm going to like all of them, if they're all written by the same person or different people. Can't wait. Next, we have North County Paranormal Unit by Amanda McCormick, and it says, the only thing standing between central Massachusetts and the forces of darkness is this group of underfunded, undercaffeinated investigators. How screwed are we really? When Gabriella, a recent college graduate, gets an invitation to join her cousin at the local branch of the Foundation for Paranormal Studies, she's skeptical. Hunting ghosts and monsters isn't what she had in mind after school. But she needs a job, and this one is available, so she takes it. But when her first case goes horribly wrong, injured and confused in the aftermath, Gabriella is forced to choose sides between the team within the team. All her life, Gabriella has been told to be nice and trust her higher-ups, that by not making waves, she'll be kept safe. But is that the right decision in a situation where it's her against her team? And what's the price if she chooses incorrectly? North County Paranormal Unit is book 1 in the series, and so if it's good, then I'll definitely be buying book 2. This is very interesting to me, seeing as it's centered around a paranormal unit, and I haven't read that many stories with that kind of vibe, so I'm excited. Book 6 is Cupcakes, Trinkets, and Other Deadly Magic by Megan Sienna Doige. It says, if you'd asked me a week ago, I would have told you that the best cupcakes were dark chocolate with chocolate cream cheese icing. That dancing in a crowd and magic wielders, the adept, was better than sex, and that my life was peaceful and uneventful. Just the way I like it. That's what 23 years in the magical book backwater of Vancouver will get you. A completely skewed sense of reality. Because when the dead werewolves start showing up, it's all unraveled. Except for the cupcake part. That's a universal truth. This one, it sounds more like a scary movie, like a comedy / horror type thing. And I'm down with it. I don't know if it'll be that way, but that's what it sounds like from the synopsis, so I'm excited to get started with that one. The next one is a Scare Street book. It's called Tavern of Terror. And it says, welcome to Hannigan's, where every drink is served with a double shot of terror. A small town carpenter exterminates a nest of ravenous insects, only to find them building a new home deep within his flesh. And then it's just multiple different short stories, just like, what was it? Scary Tales for the Dark. So that's another short story book. And then another Scare Street book is Terror in the Shadows, Volume 1. And that one, the dark can be a terrible, terrible place. A young man's attempts at breaking parole ends in a night of horror. And again, there's different stories, just telling the synopsis of the different stories. So that one, I think, will also be pretty good. Next, we have Seven Sins by Miguel Estrada, and it says, if we claim to be without sin, we deceive ourselves and the truth is not in us. Several individuals connected through a series of unfortunate events find themselves as participants in a twisted game of trials set up by a hacker who has chosen them based on their cardinal sins. This group of misfits will do anything in their power to survive and return any semblance of normality to their lives, even if it means destroying each other. Now that reminds me of, there's this one movie, I don't think it's not Truth or Dare, but there's this movie where these people go for, what is the thing called? An escape room. There's this movie where they go for an escape room, they think it's a regular escape room, but it turns out to be, they're going through these different trials and the person behind it is literally trying to kill them. They drop off like flies one by one, and 2 of them survive, but they find out that the game isn't done, even though they think it is. And this kind of reminded me of that, so I wanted to give it a read. Next book is Maniac on the Loose by Steve Huggins. And it says, an exceptionally dangerous patient has escaped from a local psychiatric hospital. Fearing that he'll lose his job before it gets out, the head of the hospital, Dr. Franklin Grimm, secretly sends his mysterious head of security on a mission to apprehend the deranged psycho before anyone can gain knowledge of the escape. Meanwhile, a small town is clueless that an infamous serial killer now walks among them, seeking his next victim. Will Dr. Grimm's devious plan work, or will blood be on his hands as the slaughter ensues? Now that, I don't even know. It reminds me of, what was the book that I read? Do I have it on my shelf? I don't have it on my shelf. But I think it's called The Patient, or something about a patient. It's like a silver and red cover. I'll insert a picture of it, but it gives me that vibe. So I'm excited. Next, we have Heaven's Peak by Miguel Estrada. And it says, after the tragic death of his mother, teenage photographer Kevin Miller moves to a new town with his alcoholic father and 8-year-old sister in hope of bringing the family together and starting over. However, everything changes when Kevin witnesses his sister being kidnapped by a bizarre creature. The police are skeptical of his story, so he decides to unveil the mysteries surrounding the town on his own. On the other side of the investigation, FBI agent Norman James will do anything to solve the baffling case, except believe a traumatized teenager's nonsense. Meanwhile, Newscasts predict a blizzard approaching in the next couple of days. As people in the town begin to behave strangely, will Kevin and Norman find Kevin's little sister before Heaven's Peak is consumed by darkness? Now it's giving Yeti story. So I'm loving it. I don't know what's going to happen. Will they find his little sister? Will she be okay? I don't know, but that just made me excited. I love it. And next we have we have Put on a Happy Face by Terry M. West. And the synopsis for this says, Susie Monroe hides in an old house with her brother Billy. Billy is a shadow man who wears many faces, but none of them are his. And short and sweet, but it also makes me intrigued. Like, is Billy... Like, what is Billy? It says he's a shadow man, but like, what's a shadow man? I'm not sure. Why are none of the faces his? Why is his sister still living there? So I'm excited for that. And... oh. My camera is dying. So I'm gonna do 2 more. So another one is Before You Wake by Adam Neville. It says, no blackmail is as ghastly as extortion from angels. A swift reckoning often travels in handheld luggage. No sign of life aboard on abandoned freighter, but what is left below deck tells a strange story. And so that one also intrigued me because I never hear I've never read any stories about angels who are blackmailing someone. So that intrigued me. I have another one by Adam Neville, Before You Sleep. In the big white house on the hill, angels are said to appear. When the children left the house, their toys remained. A confused and vengeful presence occupies the home of a first-time buyer. Again, with the angels. So, are the angels helping these children? Are the angels the bad guy? I want to know. So that's why I got both of these books, because they both had to deal with angels, and it's a horror book, so I'm intrigued off the bat. And last one will be Madhouse by Miguel Estrada. I saw a lot of people get this on Stuff Your Kindle Day, so I wanted to pick it up just to see what it was about, how it was. So this one says, don't talk to strangers. Faced with his parents' divorce, 11-year-old Lucas runs away from home in the hope that his family will get back together to find him. While walking through the empty streets, he is picked up by a mysterious woman who offers to take care of him and provide him with a loving family. The boy then wakes up in shackles, confined to a bed in a decrepit house in the middle of nowhere, and will have to face his deepest fears in order to survive in his new home. Now that I've watched there's a show, Black Phone I think it's called, I think it's on Prime, about the guy who kidnaps the boys and keeps them in the basement. I watched that, and this gave me a similar vibe to that, although the boys fought back. So I want to see how this will go. Will he survive? Will he make it out? Will his parents find him? So yeah. That is all of the books that I have either picked up physically or that I have downloaded on Kindle in ebook form for now. Next video is going to be a reading vlog, and then most likely on Saturday I'll have another book haul due to Prime Day being tomorrow, because I'm filming this on a Monday, and Prime Day is tomorrow the 11th and Wednesday the 12th, so we'll see what books I get then. But for now, I'll see you next video. Have a good evening, night, afternoon, wherever you are. See ya!